Hi guys and welcome to Fandom Newbie. My name is Shruti and today I'm going to be talking about the Great Indian Festival Sale that's happening on Amazon. Now I'm going to be telling you some of my top tips on how you can navigate the sale and make sure that you get the best deals, and I'm also going to be telling you the top books that I plan to buy with the discounts that are available from this sale. So basically, this is kind of like a shop with me kind of video where I'll be showing you exactly how I go about buying books on Amazon for this sale. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get started. So I have my laptop with me over here and I'm just gonna be sharing my screen with you guys so that you guys can see exactly what I'm doing as I give you my tips and also let you know which books I'm gonna buy. So yeah, let's jump right in. So as you can see, the Great Indian Festival Sale starts on the 17th of October, but Amazon Prime members have 24-hour early access. So tip number one obviously would be to get an Amazon Prime membership. Now the thing that you need to understand about sales is that it's all about the time game. So basically there are some high ticket items, or there are some really great deals on items, and those items have a tendency to sell out much earlier or much faster than others. So like best-selling books which have just released, which are quite expensive, that are on a huge discount, those books actually might sell out much faster than other books. So if you really want to grab those books, then you have a higher chance of getting them if you actually go early. And a 24-hour early access is the best way that you can actually get those those most wanted kind of books at a very cheap price, much faster than everyone else. But of course, if you don't have an Amazon Prime membership, then there are some other ways that you can ensure that you don't miss out on the items that you really want to buy, which we'll talk about right now. So basically now I am in the book section on Amazon. And if you go into the book section, you can see that there is this one section right on top which is called Books Hot Off the Press. And these are basically your new releases, which are going to be the ones that are slightly more expensive because they are new releases or they are hot releases that everyone wants to buy. So I would say that you should start with these books, because these books are obviously the books that have just released, books that people might want to buy immediately. And I would start looking at this list to see if there's any book from here that you want to purchase during the sale. One book that I definitely want to purchase is Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. Now, I'm not a huge Jay Shetty video fan. Some of his videos are really good, but some of them can be a little bit cringy. But so many people have said such amazing things about this book and about the lessons that he teaches in this book. And also I feel he talks a lot about anxiety and how to be less anxious, how to live more in the moment. All things which I feel I need to read about and learn more about. So I'm definitely going to be buying this during the sale. But the tip that I have is that basically any book that you want to buy during the sale, prior to the sale, meaning a few days, a couple of days, whatever, before the sale, add them to your wish list. Now, what this does is that basically all the preparation that you need for buying the books is done before the sale. Now, the maximum number of time that you spend on Amazon is actually in browsing for the books, finding the books that you want to buy, typing them out, making sure that it's the right edition that you want to buy, and then adding it to your cart. Now, all this part of finding the books, finding the right editions of the books, this part is actually the most time-consuming part. So if you've already done that homework prior to the sale, the only thing that you have to do when the sale actually starts is basically just click on your wish list and then add all those books into the cart and then go into the checkout process basically. So it just makes everything faster, and it also ensures that you won't miss out on the books that you want to buy. Now, I'm going to spend a little bit of time in discussing how you can search for new books and how you can find good books that you want to buy during this sale. Now, another tip that I have for you is that I'm on this page which is Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty, and I know that this is a book that I want to buy. A great tip for finding new books is if you scroll down, you have basically more items to explore and products related to this item. Now, these books are books that are of course chosen by Amazon, that are kind of related in some way to this book that you may also like. Now, of course, I mean, I'm not a huge like self-help or spiritual book kind of person, so this doesn't really relate to me because all of these are kind of like inspirational spirituality kind of books that I'm not really interested in. But there is one that caught my eye, which is this one, Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. Now, again, I've heard a lot about this book. There have been so many booktubers who have said that this book has like changed their life, changed the way that they think about life. And honestly, the whole COVID-19 pandemic and just a lot of things that are happening in my life have caused me to become quite anxious, and I've been trying to find books that help with, you know, how to deal with anxiety, how to live more in the moment, and I feel like both these books, Think Like a Monk and Ikigai, can help with that. So yeah, I'm interested in reading this one. Apart from the related searches, another really great place to find good books that you can buy is in the offer zone. Now, I find that the offer zone basically has the list of like a list of Amazon's most popular books. So the most popular books that everyone wants to buy can be found in the offer zone. And the place where I kind of like to look is in the up to 50% off category, because I feel like these are mostly the most popular books on Amazon, or the ones that a lot of people want to buy. A lot of people probably have been searching, which is why they have such heavy offers on them. So the first one, of course, is One Arranged Murder by Chetan Bhagat, which I'm not going to buy. But as you can see, like, all of these are really, really popular books that most people would want to buy, which is why I feel that they have these heavy discounts and offers from Amazon. So again, this is a really great place to look for books, because there might be some that really catch your fancy. The one that caught my fancy on this list is You Only Live Once by Stuti Changle. This one is a contemporary fiction book. And the reason why I was attracted to this one is because it's about three characters which seem so interesting. One of them is a YouTube star. The second one is a struggling stand-up comedian, and the third one is a beach shack owner in Goa. Now, the life of these three characters is somehow linked to a famous singer named Alicia, who has completely, like, suddenly disappeared. And now basically these three characters are trying to find Alicia, but along the way I feel they also kind of find themselves. So I think it's about like a coming of age story of these three characters, which sounds very interesting, and it's got very, very good ratings on Goodreads as well. So yeah, I'm very excited to buy this one and read it. Another way to find great books is, again, if you scroll all the way down and you click on Editor's Corner. Now, the Editor's Corner are basically like curated lists by Amazon that can help you choose your next book. So again, you have the Man Booker Prize Shortlist 2020 list. So if you want any of these books, you can click on them and see which ones are shortlisted for the Booker Prize. Then there's the Jaipur Lit Fest reading list. Again, these are books featured in the Jaipur Lit Fest, and so on and so forth. But at the bottom of the page, you also have, again, these curated lists. So it can be 50 books by 50 women's authors, cookbooks, Discover Creativity, Traveler's Bookstore, book to screen adaptations, must-read books for teens. So again, like, really good, well-curated lists of probably the bestsellers or the best-selling books on Amazon that you can kind of browse and try to find your next book. Now, from this list, the books that I want to read is definitely this one, The Gin Patrol on the Purple Line. This book seems to be kind of like a crime mystery kind of book, and it's basically about three kids, Jay, Pari and Faiz, who are trying to solve the mystery of disappearing kids within their neighborhood. This book is known to draw a lot of a lot of inspiration from real life instances that happened, I think, in Delhi and other cities in India. So it's supposed to be very, very realistic in its portrayal. But the suspense in this book is also supposed to be one that is like really gripping. Now, again, within these lists, I also clicked on the 50 books by 50 women authors, and the one that I picked up from here is The 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak. This book is about, I think she's a housewife, I'm not really sure, but it's about this wife and mother of 3 kids named Ella, who I guess is probably frustrated with her life or something like that. But she discovers a book which is called The 40 Rules of Love, and this book completely transforms her life and I think changes the way she thinks, to the point where she really wants to meet the author. And I think it's basically about her journey to meet this author and probably change certain aspects of her life. Another thing that kind of prompted me to buy this book is the fact that the price is kind of on the higher side. Like, it's 474 rupees for the paperback, which I feel after the discount that we're going to get in the Great Festival sale, there might be a heavy discount. So I'll be able to get a 474 rupee book at a much cheaper price. And my last tip before I jump into the list of books that I want to buy is use the sale to buy box sets. Box sets are usually very expensive, and honestly, like, the only time I feel that I can afford them is when they are on sale. So using this sale, which has up to, I guess, like 70 to 80% off of books, is probably a really good time that you can buy these books. So the book that I really want to buy using this sale is one that you guys have requested so much, and that is the Percy Jackson series. So this series I think has about 5 books, which is the Lightning Thief series has about 5 books, and I've never read any of them. So yeah, I just want to use this opportunity to finally buy those books and get down to reading them, because you guys have told me that they are so amazing, and a lot of you have also requested me to review them. So I'm finally going to get down to doing that. Now I'm going to quickly run through the other books that I plan to buy using this sale. These are books that I've wanted to read for quite a long time, but I've just never gotten around to buying them. So I think that the Amazon sale is a good time for me to actually buy the books. So I'm just going to show you guys my wish list that I've already created. I've spoken about Ikigai, I've spoken about Like a Monk. The next one is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelidis, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but The Silent Patient. This one, when I made the video of books with the best plot twist, a few of you recommended this book to me, saying that if I want to read another good thriller book with a very good plot twist, then I should read The Silent Patient. Now when it comes to thriller books, I don't read the synopsis because I want to go into the books completely blind. So I don't know what this book is about. I just know from you guys that this book has a very good plot twist. So I'm excited to find out what that is. The next book that is on my wish list is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Now this book is a high fantasy book that I've been wanting to read for so long. A lot of people have described The Name of the Wind to be along the lines of Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, 2 fantasy series which I absolutely love. So I'm quite excited to read this one. This book I know is about like an orphan named Kavoth. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But I think it follows his life's journey as he's navigating himself through this fantasy world. The thing that really caught my attention about this book is actually in the blurb itself, which I will read for you guys right now. But it basically says, in these pages you will come to know Kavoth, the notorious magician, the accomplished thief, the masterful musician, the dragon slayer, the legend hunter, the lover, the thief, and the infamous assassin. Just everything about this character seems so intriguing. The thing that really caught my attention is Dragon Slayer, because any fantasy book with dragons is just perfect. But like honestly, I just heard that this is a really good high fantasy novel with a very rich world, and it just seems super interesting and intriguing. So yeah, I'm excited to buy this one as well. The next books on my list are this one, which is The Girl in the Dream by Praveen Agarwal. This one actually I randomly stumbled upon it on Goodreads, and it just seems like a very intriguing love story. So this love story basically, it spans like 500 years. So you have something going on in current day Los Angeles in like, what does it say, 2017. But then there's also something going on in 1500 AD between a king and his lover, and then there's also something that's happening in 2011, and I feel like all these three love stories that are happening in different time periods, one in 2017, one in 2011, and one in 1500 AD, are all somehow connected. I'm guessing it has something to do with rebirth, I'm not sure, but all of them seem to be interconnected to each other. So it's basically a love story that spans over 500 years, and it just seems so interesting. The next one is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Now this book I know is a historical fiction book which is set in Paris during the German occupation in World War II. So it has something to do with the Nazis and that era. I'm always very intrigued by World War II novels because it was such a bloody and bad phase for the world, and I don't know, just like, you know, the stories of survival, the stories of endurance from that time period are things that I find very, very enjoyable to read. So I'm quite excited to read this one. Again, I've heard very, very good things about it. The next one on my list is Krishna Ki by Ashwin Sanghi. This one has been described kind of as an Indian Dan Brown, or it seems that way. It seems like the Robert Langdon series, but to do with Indian mythology and Indian like gods and things like that, which I find very, very interesting. I've got mixed reviews about this book, where some people have said it's like brilliant, whereas some people have felt that the writing is a little bit amateurish. But just Indian Dan Brown is like, I'm sold. The next book on my list is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. Now this book is another fantasy book which is supposed to be a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, but the thing that I've heard about Naomi Novik's writing is that it's very atmospheric. Like, she really describes places and magic and things in a very, very atmospheric way, which is a type of writing that I absolutely love. And Spinning Silver is supposed to be one of her most well-written and most famous books, so yeah, I'm excited about this one as well. And the last book that is in my wish list is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. This book is one that was recommended by you guys down in the comment section, saying that it's a very, very powerful book and it's a must-read book. This book was inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement in the US, and it's about police brutality and has to do a lot with, I'm guessing, racism. And I've heard that it is, like I said, a very, very powerful, very hard-hitting kind of book. I feel like it might be a heavy read, but I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. So yeah, that was my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below letting me know which books you guys are excited to buy during this sale period. And of course, if you guys have any other tips, then please leave them down in the comments so that all of us can benefit and buy a lot of really cheap books during this sale period. But yeah, that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you like more videos like these, then do subscribe to my channel for more book related videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.